Welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. It is worse than what I ever thought, what I could have believed, and now I'm seeing it and reading it. They're not even hiding it anymore, folks. They're talking right out in the open. Biden, the mail-in commander-in-chief, his traitor John Kerry, the unelected bullshit bureaucrat for climate change, they're all planning to take down this economy. And I'm going to give you some terms and phrases. I want you to look it up, read for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I want you to educate yourself so you know what I'm talking about, so know what others are talking about. And I never heard some of this stuff. It's been hidden. It's not been talked about in press. One of the YouTube videos I just got done watching that has me so ticked off and irate, where this boob is promising money we don't have. It's under Forbes breaking news on YouTube. Biden Kerry host major economic forum on climate change. A while back, I did a video on Klaus Schwab get ready to deal with an angrier world. And now I was absolutely right. It's because we're going to realize the betrayal that these sons of bitches that we elected in the Senate and Congress and the unelected bureaucrats are going to do to the United States, do to the economy, and they don't care. It's all about the United Nations Agenda 2030, which you've heard me say. It's out in the open now, folks. They're blatantly talking about they are going for broke, and they know we are not going to do anything about it. I'm going to give you some terms. I want you to look them up, read for yourself to make sure I'm not some, tinfoil wearing hat nut job. COP 26, COP 26. I had no idea what that stood for, didn't know, so I looked it up. COP stands for Conference of Parties 26, meaning 26 meeting. And it's all about the Paris Climate Accord. Agenda 2030, meeting their goals to get rid of fossil fuels, the New World Order, sustainable living. It's all about that, folks, and they're talking about this, and Biden is talking about it right now and even planning for COP 27. Now, how are they going to change it? How are they going to achieve this? By having all the other dictators around the world, all the other green people that are lunatics saying, you can't grow that. You can't drive your fossil fuel car. No more drilling. We have to keep the planet from raising 2 degrees, in theory, which is a lie, by 2050. Half these people won't even be around by then. And they're hypocrites and liars anyway. John Kerry jetting around in his private aircraft, bad-mouthing everybody else, saying you can't, while he gets on his plane. And, I'm the climate czar. You have to do what I say. Freaking lurch. But that's who he is. That's who these people are. And Australia just elected a liberal green prime minister down under who is following the exact same footsteps. And now they're sitting in blackouts and brownouts saying, we're going to go ahead with green new energy anyway. I don't care. I'm committed to that. Within the next 2 years, we're going to go green. You guys are going to be sitting in the dark as long as, if the sun don't shine, the wind doesn't blow, you're going to be sitting in the dark. That's where we're headed. That's what this idiot is doing. So look up COP 26. Read it for yourself. It's all tied into the United Nations Agenda 2030. What's even more insidious, what's even more unbelievable and just flat out evil, they're going after our kids, folks. They're going after our children. They always do. These evil people go after the kids to convince them that Pride Month is a great new thing. Pride is okay. Now they're saying, we got to convince our kids that because we are evil by having a fossil fuel car, because we are using all fuels that are provided to us other than green, we're killing our planet. The poor, polar bear ice caps are melting. It's our fault. Humans are killing the whales. Humans are melting that so the polar bears will go extinct. The heat waves caused by fossil fuels is creating fire, killing Bambi. It's called COY 16, Conference of Youth. It's a United Nations agenda to gather up all the youths from around the world, convince them that the earth is climate change, that it's our fault. We have to stop doing what we're doing. We have to eat fake foods to save the planet. No more fertilizers. We have to save the planet by driving electric cars or walking, riding bicycles. We can't raise cattle and have beef because they emit methane gas. It's all in here, folks, if you take time to read it. These people are truly evil, going after your kids and my kids and all the kids in school teaching about climate change. It's all tied into the United Nations, folks. COY 16 Conference of Youth to organize the young people around the world to convince them that climate change, go green to save Earth, creatures such as polar bears, which I just told you about. Now, how much is this going to cost us, and how is this buffoon going to pay for it? Well, the United Nations says to America, we need $90 billion. $90 billion from you to get these projects up and running, to shut down the fossil fuel and just lower it a half degree. Instead of 2-degree increase, lower it to 1.5. But it's going to cost you $90 billion. And John Kerry and Joe Biden said, yeah, okay, we can do that. I'm committed to this change. We've got to save the planet. We are going to take these following steps. So, in this bipartisan infrastructure bill that these rat bastards passed, meaning the Democrats, knowing full well what's in there, knowing what it's going for, and they lied to us, as well as the Republicans who voted for this, $21 billion was hidden in there for Go Green projects. Build back better. Go green. $21 billion in startup for this, hidden in the infrastructure bill. And he's talking about it. And what does that mean? By Agenda 2030, Joe Biden is pledging that 50% of all cars made here in the United States will be electric, and that they are deliberately raising the price of gasoline to force you into buying electric cars. They've created this situation, folks. They are providing you the answer, and it's going to cost us by forcing us into stuff we don't want to do. And it's hidden in that bipartisan infrastructure bill. Read it for yourself. He just said it. He's going to put in 50% by zero emission cars by 2030. 50% will be zero emission. I'm trying to read this. He's also going to capture methane gas, go hydrogen, and put in 500,000 electric refueling stations. How are you going to get electric if you don't have any energy to pump into the electric? They never tell you that. In the meantime, he's all on board on putting the gas prices even higher to force this change. Oh yeah, we're going to blame Russia because of the price of oil. We're going to blame Russia because of the shortage of fertilizer. We're going to blame Russia for the food shortage. They shut down the fertilizer. They shut down the oil. We could be energy independent. We've already proven we can do that. But these traders here in the United States are selling us out, and we're pissed. The food shortages that cost are I'm so mad. The food shortages are deliberate because they're not using green fuel. So they don't want to put the stuff on the ships because it's climate threatening. They're not shipping it because it's not green fuel. They don't want us burning the oil to send the ships wherever. So they're leaving them sit there. Put all the pieces together. They're going to wreck the economy to force us into this. The 2030 agenda is real. The United Nations is a threat to the democracy and the republic. They're forcing this. How do you think the migrants get from Argentina all the way up to the United States? You think they walk all that way? Do you see any of them carrying backpacks, suitcases, 10 gallons of water, and cases of MREs? No, they don't. The United Nations is setting up all along checkpoints, giving them food cards, giving them clothes, giving them phones, giving them money at each checkpoint to keep it going to destroy America. And they are doing it with open borders, and these traitors in the office are helping them. And it's through the United Nations. It's real. That's why they had a treaty about small arms. It's real. Read it for yourself. They tried to get it through Clinton, they failed. They tried to get it through Obama, they passed, but they said, wait a minute, it's a treaty and it's non-binding because the Senate, which the Republicans had control over, said, we're not signing this treaty to override our Constitution. Obama was all in favor of it. So now that resurrection to get rid of your guns, the Small Arms Treaty under the United Nations will override your Second Amendment, and they're all on board of it. We need to get out of the United Nations immediately. It's already too late, folks. I'm already pissed. You should be too. But they are going to do this. He's all on board. Put everything together that you know. It's going to come crashing down. They're going to make sure it happens. Trump was a setback for him by 4 years. Now they're accelerating it. They're out in the open, and they're going to make sure Trump never shows up on the ballot again. They cannot afford to have America first. It will set back their agenda. So they're going to criminalize Trump or put somebody else on the ballot that they can work with and control. It's not a conspiracy theory. Read it. Put it all together. That's why I'm so pissed. Klaus Schwab was right. Yeah, get ready to deal with an angrier world, because we realize now we're waking up that this has all been a setup. This has all been conspiracy. Now they know we can't do anything about it, and they're openly talking about it. Wake up. Get organized. Every one of these people that signed off on this bipartisan bill needs to be gone. They need to be replaced. Anybody that votes for confiscation of guns or amends the right need to be gone. Portman, see ya. You cowards, you're not rerunning. Lindsey Graham, see ya. Cornyn, out of Texas, see ya. Tom Tillis working on amnesty for these illegal immigrants. Get them out of there. Get Biden out of there. Get Mayorkas out of there. All these people have to go. John Kerry needs to be shut down immediately, but they're not going to do it. They're committed, just like Joe Biden said. They're committed to this Agenda 2030, and they're going after your kids through propaganda. And they always go after the kids. Climate change, Pride Month, transgender people reading stories, cross-dressers reading stories, Disney World, climate change, cross-dressing Barbie dolls, transgender Barbie dolls. It's all a conspiracy, and people are saying, you're crazy. No, not. Look it all up. It's all in there. Equal rights to everybody. Don't discriminate. I can't do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm so pissed. There's so much going on, I can't even tell you, but this is one of them that just makes me I can't do it. It's going to get worse, and it is getting worse. They're going to make the gasoline higher than what we ever thought. They're going to shut you down. They're going to shut me down. They want you dependent on the government worldwide. That's why the ships are staying offshore. That's why the ships are leaving off port. That's why they're slow rolling it. It's all about this climate agenda to control over you. Welcome to the new subscribers. I hope this doesn't make you think I'm some tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy nut job. But look it up for yourself. Read it. Read about conference of youth, what they plan to do. It's right there for easy reading. Got to save the planet. Convince the kids. COP27, Conference of Parties. Tell them what the governments are going to say. Yeah, we're going to do this. We don't care. I know this is long. Welcome to my channel. I certainly do thank you. I really appreciate you. Please share this. Let them know. It's going to come to a head real fast. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Submerged in water in the name of Jesus Christ. Greg out.